Hello again. Welcome to Two Introverts Walk Into a Bar. I'm Randy, and this is Charles. Appreciate your company, and hopefully we will pick a subject. We're going to do a pick a subject episode. We get, what is it, 30, 40 pieces of mail a day, and people suggesting subjects that we might want to talk about. At least 30 or 40, I think.
And only a couple of them say they wish we wouldn't be broadcasting anymore, but we won't go into that right now.
Yeah, most of them, P.S., don't quit your day job. But like Charles said, I think we actually get a couple from some chickens and farm animals.
Chickens seem to like our program, and now with the hot weather we've been having in August now, they're staying inside more, and they're watching what's on the internet. Cows, we've not been able to break into that market.
No.
Yeah. We've got to get our demographic people out there and finding out what would a cow really want to watch.
So we thought today, all attempts at humor aside, we thought I would spring a subject on Charles without him knowing.
This isn't a surprise birthday party, is it?
No.
Okay,
no.
All right, just wondering. Okay.
Spring a subject on Charles that he has no knowledge of prior. We're just going to kind of banter back and forth and see if it works. And this one, I saw a quote in the someplace, quote from the Alcoholics Anonymous book, the big book, about life in general. And it says to me, we absolutely insist on enjoying life. We try not to indulge in cynicism or over the state of the nations. We do not carry the world's troubles on our shoulders. So I was thinking about that little snippet of information about don't be so cynical, leave your life, on a happier footing, because cynicism will drag you down. And I would assume in the AA world, the cynicism turns to negativity and those things turn to not very good outcomes. So I was just wondering if you had any thoughts about, well, let's make it a point to try to enjoy our world, or maybe some other avenue that you might consider going down.
I like that, but I think it's difficult if you watch the media news.
Yeah.
I mean, 24/7 news. When we were kids, there were 3 television stations, and your news hour was a half an hour,
Yep.
and that was it.
Yep.
And you didn't have to be listening to it all day long. And so I think you really have to work at it to not become cynical these days. And if you're working with some other personal problems, I'm sure it must tap into that party that says, that's exactly what I think too, that life's just falling apart. And I call it the Chicken Little syndrome, that the sky is falling. The sky is falling. Yeah.
The of course, there's that famous song, "Don't Worry, Be Happy."
Mm-hmm.
That's okay, but that can go to the other side of the spectrum as well. But I think it's so important to have a realistic outlook on life, not to cynicism, unless you're I'm kind of a cynical guy when it comes to humor, but then I know that's a make-believe world. That kind of reels me in, so I don't get too cynical about things. But if you're cynical, that's a negative feeling inside you, and you just, I think that'd be a terrible way to go through life. To be that energy taker instead of an energy giver. You talk to a person, they're very cynical. That guy's an energy taker. He sucks all the energy out of you. And gosh, that's just not a good way to live, I think. Yeah.
And that song, "Be Happy, Don't Worry," it can kind of leave you with just so disengaged from life that you're in a dream world of some kind. But I like to think of it as on the inside, nothing can shake that peace and calm that I have, that God gives me. This is a song, how can I keep from singing? And it talks about, even though I might be in prison or bad things happening, nothing can shake that calm and peace that I have. So I think that's what I'm going for. I realize life is difficult. I realize there are challenges. I realize I have challenges in my life. But on the inside, if God is walking with me, and you think about that, what if instead of I were sitting here today, Randy, Jesus was sitting here with you?
Yeah.
How many things do you have to really be upset about or worried about or cynical about? You might think, well, not too many at all.
Yes.
And so I think if we take that just a closer walk with thee, O Lord, more real to us, then that cynicism drops. We realize the world's in a tough state. We realize people are, but on the inside, there's a calm there.
Yeah.
And whatever happens, God will be with us. So,
Yeah.
so that's kind of how I approach it.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely. And like you said, Charles, you turn on the news stations and boy, oh boy, it's just unbelievable about just the way that they present the news. It's so either left or so either right, and nothing is good. And it's hard for a person who watches those things not to become cynical, but keep in your head that it doesn't do a lot of good for you.
If you don't have your act together, if you haven't figured it out yet, that stuff out there, but inside Christ gives me this calm. It'll just call out all the unresolved stuff you're carrying with you. So it really forces us to be mindful of that Christ's presence is with us. So
absolutely.
Absolutely.
So we absolutely insist on being happy, joyful,
smiling and laughing and having fun. It bothers some people when we do that because they are so cynical and how can you not be upset with life? And you and I are a bit troubling at times for many reasons.
Yes.
But this would be one good reason.
Right. Absolutely. So anything else you got to add to the "Don't Worry, Be Happy" theme? But I guess we can worry. We worry about things, but again, like you said, with our moving forward with God, He let Him take the burden of those troubles. He will help us, and to me, if I can keep that in my mind and work on that helps my cynicism.
I think it's not pretending there aren't any. It's saying there are some, but I don't have to live in that. I can live in this place where, like the disciples out in the storm, it was pretty bad out there. But Jesus said, why are you worried? I'm in the storm with you. And so I think we can make that decision, but it's not a head in the sand and pretending there aren't problems. There are. There's some pretty bad problems. But it's going to be okay.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, thanks, Charles.
Thank you.
And thanks again for listening to Two Introverts Walk Into a Bar. And we got to give our plant a name here. Is it your turn to water this thing or not?
Whoever has been doing it is doing a great
It's
job.
great.
Yeah.
It's not artificial, is it? We'll name it next time, okay?
The big thing is, can we get our names right?
There you go. Yeah. For more information, look at last month's post for that. So,
Right.
Again, thank you very much, Charles, Randy. Appreciate your company, and we will see you next time.